Alright guys, Mark Boy 316 here with another video. It's gonna be my favorite match from each SummerSlam. I'm not gonna count this year's to avoid spoilers, so don't worry about that. But 88, one of the best matches that I liked on the card here was actually Donkey Dog Man uh, open challenge. Said anybody in the locker room uh, come out and face me for the Intercontinental title, and this is where the Ultimate Warrior came in, and that made the Warrior basically made his career, beating the longest reigning IC champ at the time. And it's like a 30-second match. To me, that was a good match. It was great. A couple of other highlights from that year was the Rougeos and the British Bulldogs in a 20-minute draw. Great match. But the Warrior one, that was the one that still stood out. Now, 89, again, would probably have to be the Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Rude for the IC title. This was great. Rude had beaten the Warrior, the first guy to pin the Warrior's shoulders to the mat at WrestleMania 5. This was the rematch, and Warrior ended up winning the IC title in a good match with Ravishing Rick Rude. So that was my favorite there. Uh, Other highlights, like I guess the main event with Brutus and Hogan against Zeus and Savage. That was all right. But yeah, that was my favorite match, was the IC title match. 1990, I guess you could go with the cage match, but I'm gonna go with the 2 out of 3 falls Heart Foundation versus the Demolition for the tag team titles. Well, that was a great 2 out of 3 falls match, and tag team wrestling back in the 80s and 90s was fantastic. They had a great tag division, so that's my favorite match from 1990. 1991, obviously, Mr. Perfect versus Bret the Hitman Hart for the IC title. Fantastic match, Madison Square Garden. Great stuff. Bret Hart winning the IC title. Fantastic. 1992, obviously, again, Bret Hart. You're going to hear Bret Hart's name quite a bit on this list. But it was Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog in Wembley Stadium, or Wembley Arena, whatever you want to call it, for the IC title. In the main event, actually, in the closing match of the night. Bulldog beating his brother-in-law for the IC title in front of 80,000 plus. Great match, one of the greatest. Another highlight of that show was Warrior versus Savage, and which corner Ric Flair and Mr. Burke were going to be in. Still a great match, although it ended by count out. Two baby faces fighting for the title. I thought that was good too, but that was my favorite match. Coming in, 1993. Ooh, not much to choose from this one, but I'm gonna go Mr. Perfect and Shawn Michaels for the IC title. Two great workers. The IC title meant something back then. It was the workhorse title. Shame the match ended by countout, but I thought it was still a great match. So that's probably the 1993 highlight. 94, obviously, Bret the Hitman Hart versus Owen Hart. Steel cage for the WWF title. One of the best cage matches of all time. I think it's almost a 20-minute match. And great match. With both men trying to escape. Owen gets his foot caught in the cage. Bret jumps down, gets the win. Superplex off the cage was awesome, but a great freaking cage match. Awesome stuff right there, 1994. 1995 would have to be Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon in the ladder match. Not as good as their WrestleMania 10 ladder match, but a great ladder match nonetheless. 1995 SummerSlam, that was the best match on that one, and my favorite one that I liked. My favorite 96 match, ooh, it's going to be a tough one. 96. I think just for the innovative and the first ever thing, I like the Boiler Room Brawl because it started backstage. Back then, that was kind of rare, and then it would make its way to the in the arena part, and to get the win, you'd have to get the urn from Paul Bearer, and the twist at the end with Bearer turning on the Undertaker. I thought that was cool, and something that was kind of unique and new, the Boiler Room Brawl. So I'm gonna go with the Boiler Room Brawl, 1996. 97, you got a couple of matches to choose from. I really liked the Mankind Triple H cage match at the beginning of the show, but I'm gonna go for Bret Taker in the main event with Shawn Michaels as the ref. There was just so much on the line. Even for Shawn Michaels as the referee, there was something on the line for him. If he didn't call it down the middle, he could never wrestle in the States again. Bret Hart had to win the title. Title was on the line, obviously. Taker putting his title on the line. So Same thing for Brett. He would never wrestle in the States again if he didn't win the title. Like, so much on the line. So, great match. That was my favorite match. Was Brett versus Taker. 1998, ladder match between Triple H and Rock for the IC title. They put on one hell of a match. Again, Madison Square Garden. Great match. It actually showed what both men can do. And I think this match helped them determine that, yes, these two can be in the main event scene. Great match. 1999, I'm going to go actually with the street fight with Test and Shane McMahon. Great stuff. It showed what Shane McMahon could do as not being an actual trained wrestler. I thought it was a great match. Street fight, Shane McMahon versus Test. Great stuff. 2000, obviously, you're going to go with great match for the 2000 SummerSlam. It's going to be, obviously, TLC. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Great stuff with Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, and the Hardys. Fantastic. Good stuff. So, I thought that was an awesome match. Great, a lot of high spots. Great stuff. 2001. Ooh, that's a good one. 2001. I'm going to go with my favorite match from 2001. Jeff Hardy, Rob Van Dam, ladder match for the hardcore title. I thought, again, great ladder match. So that's probably the favorite match of that one. 2002. Geez, the opener with Ray and Angle was great. They had, obviously, Rock and Brock for the title, but I'm going to go with the street fight. Shawn Michaels coming back after 4 years and having a great street fight with Triple H. Fantastic. Good match. 2003. It would probably have to be the chamber match. There's still Goldberg going through the entire field and then losing to Triple H, obviously with the sledgehammer. I think Goldberg probably should have won there, but it still probably was the best match and my favorite match on the card. 2004. Wow. 2004. I'm gonna go obviously with Benoit and Randy Orton. It solidified Randy Orton as world champion. I think it actually made people believe that he could be a world champion. Yes, he only lasted a month as champion. Would lose it to Unforgiven the whole 4, but it actually, I think, showed the people that Orton could carry the ball. Like, good stuff. 2005, SummerSlam. Just for the ridiculousness of it, I'm gonna go Hogan, Shawn Michaels. I thought that was fantastic. Michaels overselling all of Hogan's offense. Just Hogan wouldn't do business. It was supposed to be a 3-match series, and Hogan made it down to 1, and Hogan going over. So yeah, Michaels wasn't too impressed and oversold everything. Just funny as hell. Great, great match. 2006, I Quit. It was Mick Foley and Flair. Great stuff. Brutal match. Awesome stuff. I Quit match, Foley and Ric Flair. 2007. Not a very good SummerSlam. Wow. Okay, the best match. Shabo and Ray. Ooh. Jeez, had to go long for that one. Wow. 2008, Hell in the Cell, hands down. It was Edge and Taker, SummerSlam 2008. Great Hell in the Cell. Still in the PG era, they would call it. So, great Hell in the Cell for the time period. Great stuff. 2009. Ooh. Yeah, TLC versus TLC with CM Punk and Jeff Hardy. Great ladder match. Good stuff right there. 2010. Oh, wow. As much as I hate this match for Cena destroying the Nexus, that's probably the best match on the card. My favorite match to see who was going to be Cena's partner. It ended up being Daniel Bryan, which was cool. And yeah, I'm going to go Nexus elimination match from SummerSlam 2010. 11 for me would have been, I'm going to go, wow, Christian and Orton for the World Heavyweight title from 2011. I thought that was a great no holds barred match. Good stuff. 12. My God, I can't remember anything from 12. What the heck happened at 12? 12 would have been, I can't remember 12. I have no idea. I'm going to pass on that one because I'm not quite sure what 12 was. 13, I'm going to go Brock and CM Punk. Great match. No disqualification. Uh, Great stuff. 14, I like the fact that Brock just destroyed John Cena. Just basically a squash match. That was fantastic. 15, the best one. I thought Seth and Cena was probably the best match. Title for title. US versus WWE Championship. The involvement of Jon Stewart. Didn't like that too much. But it was a great match with Seth and Cena. Probably best match. 16 was AJ and Cena, hands down. 17 would probably be Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins in the opening match for the IC title. Well, that was probably the best part of that one. 18 would have been the four-way with Brock and Brock, Joe, Braun Strowman, and Roman in a four-way for the title. Well, that was the best match on the card. I think I got that switched. It would have been 17, and then the other one was 18. But anyway, 20 would have been obviously Bray Wyatt beating Braun Strowman, false count anywhere for the WWE for the Universal title. I thought that was pretty cool. 21 was Cena and Roman Reigns. 22 would have been Last Man Standing with Brock and Roman. Great match, awesome stuff. Brock lifting up the ring with the tractor, and then for 23 would have been Roman versus Jey Uso in the Bloodline Rules match. So those were my favorite moments and matches from the SummerSlams over the years. I gotta pick one for 2012. I gotta remember what was on 12. Was it Cena? Was he there anywhere? No. Who was at 12? Somebody help me in the comments for SummerSlam 12. What was the best match in your opinion at that one? Was that Triple H and Brock? I'll go Triple H Brock. I think that was the one where they fought. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick that match for SummerSlam 2012. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.